All right, today we're going to learn to write the analysis sentence, part of the TEAL paragraph. You can see we've got a TEAL or an MLA format paper here, 1-inch margins all around. In the header, page number with the student's last name only to the left of the page number. We've got the 4 things at the top of the first page: student name, teacher name, course name, date. Got a centered title, and then we've got our thesis statement. In this one, my thesis statement is bullying has a number of negative effects on students. That is an assertion. That is an opinion. That's what I'm trying to prove. I prove this with support paragraphs. Sorry, I blanked. With support paragraphs, and each of those support paragraphs is one idea showing how the thesis statement is true. That idea, the single idea of the support paragraph, is stated in the topic sentence, the first sentence of the support paragraph. In this case, my topic sentence is: one of the negative effects of bullying on students is psychological disorders. I say there's a number of negative effects, and this paragraph is going to be one of those negative effects, psychological disorders. I follow that with an elaboration sentence that gives a specific psychological disorder backing up my topic sentence. So, for example, many victims of bullying develop depression. I list depression as a psychological disorder. I list psychological disorder as one of the number of negative effects. So you see, each sentence supports the one above it. The next one is the evidence sentence. This is the one where you get a quote from your research, either statistics, examples, or professional opinion, talking head stuff. But you want something that directly supports your elaboration sentence. So since I said victims of bullying develop depression, I want a quote from my research that says that victims of bullying develop depression. Not just that kids get depression, not just kids get bullied, but the bullying leads to the depression. So I can't use a quote on its own, so I introduced, according to an article on the Houston Behavioral Healthcare Hospital website, quote, bullying can result in ongoing issues such as depression that can have ramifications during adolescent years and even into adulthood. I then have a parenthetical reference keyed to my the source entry on my works cited page. I won't get into how to do that. You can watch the evidence sentence video for a review of that. But I just wanted to review again how each of these sentences support each other. We're kind of going full circle now on the analysis sentence. The analysis sentence basically ties the elaboration sentence and evidence sentence, which are paired. The elaboration sentence is the idea in your words. The evidence sentence is the same idea in a quote from your research. But they should match. They're a pair. The analysis sentence takes that pair and shows how they support the topic sentence, which is one of the negative effects of bullying on students is psychological disorders. So I can say, depression is a serious psychological disorder that can sometimes be caused by bullying. Topic sentence, bullying causes psychological disorders. Elaboration and evidence, one of those is depression. So I tie it back in, say, look what I just proved. Depression is a serious psychological disorder that can sometimes be caused by bullying. Now, one variation I'm going to let you know about, because this is really helpful, especially when you're writing papers and your quotes are a little thin, if you can't match it exactly. In fact, I graded a paper this morning that had this situation. They said something about how homeschooling saves the topic sentence. One reason homeschooling shouldn't be banned is because it saves families money on schooling. And the elaboration was that, for example, the transportation costs getting kids to and from school is eliminated with homeschooling. But the quote was just that homeschooling allowed families to save money. Didn't mention the transportation cost. Now, that's not a great quote to support the elaboration with. It's too general. It doesn't specifically address what's in the elaboration sentence. That's where the analysis sentence comes in. You can then tie the two together and relate it to the topic sentence with your analysis sentence. So if she would write, One of the costs spoken of in the quote would be transportation costs, which are much less during homeschooling, something like that. So you can make clear what the relationship is when you have kind of a weak quote supporting your elaboration sentence. You can kind of bulk it up a little bit with the analysis sentence. So, but basically, the analysis sentence is just saying, hey, look, the elaboration and evidence that I have, they do prove the topic sentence. Very simple. So that's the analysis sentence. What I'd like for you to do is to take your paper that you turned in for the evidence sentence, make a copy of it, name it analysis sentence paper, add your analysis sentence to your TEEAL paragraph so far, and submit that to the analysis sentence paper assignment that I've got in Google Classroom. So if you need help, as always, I'm available on Hangouts. Just hit me up and I will answer any questions you have. Thank you.